do not know a lot about Davis Storm, but we do know a lot about Carlo Cash Money Cannon. This is a man who beat the perfect Storm, Mike Peterson, for the heavyweight championship. But since then, he's been an absolute tearaway, successfully defending the title against the Alpha Warrior, Elliot Sexton, even beating the MCW Tag Team Champions, the Loose and the Reckless. But never has a challenge been this personal before.
We saw these vignettes, these mysterious vignettes, had all of MCW asking, who the hell is this guy? And he had one clear message. He wanted to hurt our champion. We didn't know what the background was. We didn't know the reason. But now, here we are. Messiah Davis Storm versus Carlo Cannon. And there is no love lost between these two.
Well, absolutely not. I mean, there's a fight going on the outside here, ramming Storm into the railings right there. And now, again, it's just absolutely merciless. I don't think I have ever seen Carlo Cannon quite this aggressive before in an MCW ring.
Carlo Cannon did not sleep well for weeks because of this guy. He was at his Vicious Pursuit Wrestling Academy, and the Messiah attacked his friends as they were leaving, and then left that big symbol on the front, graffitiing the Vicious Pursuit Wrestling Academy.
I mean, how personal can you make it? Carlo Cannon, obviously a natural born leader. Oh, big right off the cross top there. Beautiful cover, but only a kick out at the two. I was just saying, Carlo Cannon, he's a natural leader, training the next generation of wrestlers for Australian wrestling at his Vicious Pursuit training school. And Davis Storm was stalking it, and he actually assaulted half the students when they went to leave their training session. He is gunning for Carlo Cannon every aspect of his life, and Carlo Cannon, he's digging deep, and he's going to absolutely fly off the top and wipe out Storm.
Oh, that was the elevation of Carlo Cannon. He almost hit the roof here, Andy.
With a flash of fluorescent, he just wiped out Davis Storm.
This is a different Carlo Cannon. He not only wants to defend his championship in there, he wants to put an end to the Messiah Davis Storm. I think if Carlo Cannon had it his way, we would never see the Messiah here at MCW ever again.
Although this is a street fight, Carlo Cannon must win this match in the center. Both men must win this match in the center of the ring via pinfall or submission.
You've got to think how much of that earlier cheap shot by the Messiah would play on Carlo Cannon. And also, Andy, let me ask you a question. Who does turning this match into a street fight, who does that suit more?
I don't know. I mean, we don't know a lot about Davis Storm, but I do know one thing. Carlo Cannon knows how to fly, and this will be the third time he's jumped off the top. And could he be going to the well once too often? Oh, that was a bit of an ugly landing, and Davis Storm managing to catch him with a clothesline. We saw earlier in today's show, Davis Storm came out and he hit that impaler on Carlo Cannon, and you got to believe that is what he will be looking for. He will be looking to use the impaler to strike the champion in the heart and take the MCW away from Melbourne itself.
What would MCW be like if this guy wins the MCW championship tonight? We know nothing about the guy. We know he put a bunch of vignettes. We know he wants to hurt Carlo Cannon and he wants the MCW championship. But what else do we know about him? I would hate to know what MCW would be like with this guy as a champion.
Oh, Carlo Cash Money Cannon with a clothesline of himself. Caught him right underneath the chin, right across the throat. And now Carlo, looks like he's looking for something under the ring. There's nothing. There's a lot of tinsel down there. The bin. Oh, he's brought a bin.
I said it earlier, this is a different Carlo Cannon.
Call it a rubbish bin, call it a trash can, call it what you will. Carlo Cannon is going to try and shove it right up Davis Storm's backside. And if he successfully does that, figuratively speaking, he'll of course win his title. Oh! And Davis Storm just struck the bin right into the temple there of Carlo Cannon.
Well, this crowd here at Essendon, not any fan of the Messiah, Davis Storm.
Davis now having set up the bin. The fans clearly do not like the man, and he's just slammed Carlo Cannon straight onto the base of that bin. And it looks like he's going to land on top of him. Oh, it looks like he was going to go for a double stomp, managed to recover. Oh!
That just echoed throughout Ukrainian Hall. Carlo Cannon, you can see the look in his eyes.
I just saw Storm's eyes reverberate from that. And he goes for the backstabber with the assistance of the bin lid. And Carlo Cannon, if he wasn't in control before, he's certainly in control now. Kick out at 2 for the champion was not successful there.
I have never seen Carlo Cannon hit someone, not only just with a weapon, but just hit someone with so much hatred, so much. There was so much behind that shot.
You can actually see the champion limping a little bit on the outside. You got to wonder how much is taken out of him. And you can hear the kids are ringside. They approve of steel chair.
Well, this is going to get ugly very soon. Carlo Cannon, he has put up with weeks of torture, wondering who it was, and then finding out who it was and why. Asking himself the question, why are you after me?
You know what? David Storm has made implications that Carlo Cannon has a dark side, has a history, and as a result, we're beginning to see it here in this match. Carlo Cannon bringing steel chairs into this fight.
Well, let me tell you, I have known Carlo Cannon for a long time. There is no dark side to Carlo Cannon. What you see is what you get. He is one of the most fun-loving and hard-working guys in this business.
Hey, I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm just saying that David Storm is saying that there's a past we do not know about Carlo Cannon.
Maybe he's got 2 chairs set up in there, Andy. He's going to suplex Carlo onto those chairs.
Carlo's blocking it, and he's strikes to the midsection, throws him into the corner. A couple of left hands right there from the southpaw, and a big back elbow there from Storm. But Carlo Cannon always digging deeper than any other athlete here in MCW. He looks like he has evil intentions in mind for David Storm.
Oh, here we go. Carlo Cannon's going for a superplex on these chairs. I think we may see the end of my...
Well, Storm effortlessly sleeping out of the back. Carlo Cannon could say goodbye to his kidneys if he hits this.
He calls himself the savior, that he was here to save us, but he's got to save himself first, because Carlo
Cannon just got dropped on the top of his head on the chair, and the referee, Edwin Lay, he is in there to make sure if Carlo Cannon is okay to continue. I would not be surprised if it wasn't the chairs. The chairs have just been destroyed.
Our champion has not moved, Andy. Please, God, please tell me this guy, the Messiah David Storm, is not going to walk out of this building the champion. Please tell me that. Tell me that, Andy.
Carlo Cannon is twitching in a very uncomfortable manner here, and you've got to believe it's just a matter of time. Maybe asking for this street fight was a mistake from Carlo Cannon, but Cannon just takes the drop kick straight to the face there. And Storm is just stalking this fallen Messiah as he believes him to be.
Carlo Cannon will give it everything until he cannot move anymore. But I have a feeling he can't move anymore, Andy.
Carlo Cannon always considers himself the ultimate clutch athlete here in MCW. When needs be, he is the man who will dig that little bit deeper so that he can get the result when it matters most. But can he dig any deeper? Has the Messiah just taken him out of the game? Is there any way back for the champion?
Quick kick by Cannon. Well, I think that may have been everything in the tank. That's exactly right. He is a clutch athlete, but I hate to say it, but the Messiah David Storm has really been riding that clutch, and unfortunately clutches can blow, and
he's worn the clutch out is what I think you're trying to say.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not a mechanic. That's our first car analogy, but let's get back into the action.
Well, hopefully he's not going to blow out a wheel. And right there, Carlo Cannon with a big left.
This could be his final chance. Come on, Cannon.
His fourth time at the top. This could be a mistake. And it was. Carlo Cannon just crashed and burned on the top there.
You don't go to all the effort that the Messiah David Storm did to get into Cannon's head without knowing his game plan. He knows Carlo Cannon wants to go to the top rope. He knows that's where he's unstoppable. Every time Cannon gets up, he just squashes him.
Surely the referee should get involved. He's got to remove that chair. He can't drop him on that.
Edwin, he's going to break our champion in half. Edwin, move that chair to the right.
Break it off.
Oh,
my Lord. Bloody hell, Travis!
I think the Messiah just killed the MCW champion.
Folding chairs were designed to bend, but Carlo Cannon's back was not. And Davis Storm now, he's trying to corner Nelson going for the pinfall.
One,
kick out.
two. Oh, he got out. Thank God. I don't know how, but Cannon has kicked out. And I know this is a street fight. I know this is no holds barred, but there's got to be a line, Andy. There's got to be a line. The Messiah, he wants to kill Cannon in there.
It looks like Carlo Cannon's petrol meter is in the red, but there's still a little bit of gas left in the tank. But was that it? Was that the last gasp? That kick out, and now Davis Storm is going up top.
Cannon's on his feet.
And there's that clutch athlete digging in deep for that little bit of reserve.
Just that little bit of nitro that Cannon needed. And the Messiah is out on the apron. But it is
practically wiped out. Davis Storm is on the outside, having just fallen from the top. Meanwhile, Carlo Cannon desperately trying to get some air into his lungs, trying to get some blood pumping around his body. He's trying to get back on this. He's been dropped on mangled chairs not once but twice tonight.
Cannon has done exactly what he needed. He needed a break. He needed to slow down this match, try and get it back on his terms. But the Messiah, he's definitely the fresher man in there at the moment. He has really punished our champion. Oh!
Did you hear the metal clash against flesh on the challenger there? And Carlo Cannon now crawling back in.
You can hear the hundreds of MCW fans with Carlo Cannon riding the Messiah into the side of the apron then.
The Messiah is like some sort of demon from a horror movie, pulling it back to the outside and just wheelbarrow slams in straight into that sidebar.
Having a look at the blank, soulless eyes of the Messiah. He knows he's got Cannon where he needs him. He knows he is this close for the MCW Championship and from destroying his arch enemy.
How is Davis Storm looking this strong? It's like this man feeds off pain and misery.
It is so hard to say. Like we said earlier, we don't know much about the man. This guy could have been training for years for this one match. He has one goal, and that's to destroy Cannon. And we don't know anything about this guy. We know he's from Western Australia. That is it. This guy is fighting as if his whole life depends on this moment.
There is one other thing we know though, Travis. He is a sadistic monster and he hungers for the MCW Heavyweight Championship.
But there is one thing on the good side, because Carlo Cannon is also going to fight because his livelihood is on the line here. He won the MCW Championship. That was his dream. And the Messiah.
A big double stomp there from Davis Storm, slingshotting into the ring, tight cover, and Carlo Cannon, however, still able to kick out. This is the truest battle of good versus evil I think we've ever seen, which is very apt considering last night was Halloween.
Messiah going for more weapons. Oh, do that trash leg.
Oh, he's just beating him within an inch of his life.
And the ref can do nothing about it. That's what scares me. Have a look at the eyes of the Messiah, Davis Storm. Is this guy even human?
Hey,
where has this guy come from?
Even if he was allowed to, do you really think Edwin Lay would be able to do anything for this maniacal, twisted, sinister challenger who seemingly popped up from nowhere like some sort of zombie to take on Carlo here tonight?
I have seen enough. That is our champion in there. The Messiah wants to destroy Cannon, and I think he's going to do it.
Oh my Lord, Travis, Carlo Cannon just drop-kicked that bin straight into the face of Storm.
Carlo Cannon.
How are both men not dead?
I thought Bad was going to win this battle. Good gets one more hit. Can it be enough? Can it turn it though? Both men laid out in the middle of the ring.
Oh my Lord, look into the eyes of the champion. There is a fire there. There is something so dark that he's digging into right now. And now they're just swinging left and right at each other as they struggle to get to their feet.
The Messiah hates Carlo Cannon, we know that. But there is no passion like the passion that comes from this guy, Carlo Cannon. He will give it everything in there. And who hits the mat here?
Tell you one thing, nobody throws a left like Carlo Cannon. That was a hell of a strike, and now the Messiah, Davis Storm. Davis Storm now firing back.
Who will lose their feet, Andy? Who will lose their feet here?
Oh, look at the marks. You can just see the welches just brewing up on their skins.
And the Messiah, once again, this is a guy that has been watching tapes of Carlo Cannon for years. I have no doubt about that. Cannon fighting with everything he's got.
Cannon with those educated feet. Big suplex right there.
Where did that come from? Where did that come from?
Oh, he's
Cannon.
going for another. He's going for a fisherman suplex.
Come on. 1, 2.
How he didn't have it there and then is beyond me. Carlo Cannon with an incredibly brave effort, digging in so deep, hits the suplex, hits the fisherman, but he wasn't enough. And now he must be staring at his opponent, wondering, what have I got to do to vanquish this demon?
Carlo Cannon proves people wrong. That's what he does. People said Mike Peterson couldn't be beaten. Carlo Cannon beat him. Every time you think Carlo Cannon's down, he finds that little bit, and that's what we need here. This next move is massive, Andy.
Carlo Cannon measuring him up. Who's going for the kick? Well, that was a miscalculation. And unfortunately, Davis Storm now off the second rope. Big leg lariat straight to the chin. If that hasn't knocked out Cannon, I'll eat your hat.
1, 2.
Thank goodness you haven't got a hat to eat.
I am telling you now, Andy, the Messiah, there is more to this guy. This guy seems to know Carlo Cannon's moves before he does them. He's been watching Cannon for a long time, waiting for this moment. This could be the Messiah's moment, Andy.
You know, you're scaring me. You're making it sound like it's almost his destiny. And now he's setting him up for that impaler. He's going for that big impaler. He's setting him up. If he gets him to his feet, twist it around and drop him, we'll have a new MCW heavyweight champion. And Carlo Cannon, he looks like he's in trouble. Oh, wait, he picks him up. Oh!
Make the pin, Cannon! Make the pin! This Essendon crowd are on their feet. Here we go.
That was a beautiful vertebrae.
2.
Will it do it?
Oh.
That was a fabulous. He just reversed that impaler into a vertebraker. Beautifully executed. But again, it wasn't enough. But you've got to believe we must be at the 11th hour. Surely there can't be much left for either man.
Any other man would have been a long time out by now, but there is something about this Messiah. There is something about him that scares the living daylights out of me, and I think it's starting to scare Carlo a little bit.
Well, Carlo's constantly going up to the top. I think this is the 5th time now. I know he knows it well. Hopefully he'll get it this time. Big frog splash. Oh, he kicked him straight in the face. Straight in the face.
He knew what was coming once again. The Messiah getting to his feet. And it's as if he hasn't competed in one of the big, most grueling matches I've ever seen. This guy's insane. 1, 2. How would you describe the Messiah, Davis Storm?
And now, for the first time in this contest, we are seeing frustration etched across the face of the challenger. And now he goes to pick up the champion. It's like picking up a sandbag at this point. I mean, Carlo Cannon, he was out on the ground there, he's out on his feet. Davis Storm looks like he's going for the coup de grace here, going for the impaler. That's it. We've got a new MCW champion.
No, don't tell me that, Andy. Don't tell me that.
The mat free.
1, 2.
New champion.
Oh, Carlo Cannon. He's out. He's out, Andy. And I think the Messiah has lived this night in his head.
Can you hear the crowd?
I can hear the crowd,
Can you
Andy.
hear the crowd? They are behind the champion, and Davis Storm, his mysterious demeanor, starting to crack. The frustration has got to him, and now I think he's flipped his lid.
Oh, we've got tables. We've got tables, Andy.
Did these guys go down to Bunnings before getting here? We've now got a table.
The Messiah, something tells me the Messiah has played this night in his head so many times, but in his head, the match was over by now. Carlo Cannon has surprised the Messiah, Davis Storm, and he is trying to pull out everything. But a table, I don't know if Carlo Cannon can take a table shot in the state he's in, Andy.
I'll tell you one thing with David Storm, as you say, he probably had a game plan. He probably thought he would have won the match by now. So he's got to be desperate, and a desperate man is very dangerous, especially one with a table and with all this other debris and shrapnel lying around in the ring. This is a very dangerous environment.
This crowd wheeling our champion to his feet. We have the home man in the home. Oh, super kick!
The clutch athlete dug in deep. He hit the super kick. He hit the super kick.
Andy Coyne, what a match here. We have the homegrown hero in the new home of MCW for the MCW Championship.
One man feeds off darkness and misery. The other feeds off the love, the respect and the adulation of this crowd. And now you can see it's Carlo Cannon, who's definitely in control, just waffling away on the challenger now, just beating him within an inch of his life and spitting all over his fallen, broken body. And now the Messiah slowly coming to his feet. Surely there's no life left in him now.
He looks out on his feet, Andy.
This has got to be it. Carlo Cannon measures him up for one more big super kick.
From point blank range. Look at the face of David Storm, Andy.
Big belly to belly through the table. Carlo Cannon has broken the challenger. The challenger knew
Here we
he
go.
wasn't going to win.
Here we
this
go.
game. And Carlo Cannon, exclamation mark right there.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, with a little assist from the ref. Hey mate, his feet are in the rope. He gets the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Still MCW World Heavyweight Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen,